and they're working with the hospital to have a radio link so they know if there's a problem and we're going to bring anyone to them.
Hopefully we won't use these skills in the future, but if we do, I'm confident we'll do it to our best.
Australia's only 24-hour sports news channel is now delivering. Fox Sports puts sports news first. It's a given. Fox Sports News. It's on Channel 513 all the time.
Selector. Say 1, 2, 3, hey, drop M's and see ya, now when I go pass, my gassy, la tiba horimona rapa, M's and see ya, now when I go pass, my gassy, la tiba horimona rapa, come on, 1, 2, 3, 4,
It's a very good morning to all our viewers, wherever you are. Second test match just about to get underway here at the Kingsmead in Durban. South Africa winning the toss, deciding to bat first. India playing the same team that won the first test match in Johannesburg. Changes in the South African side though. And the immediate change, what you see here is Graham Smith is with a new opening partner. 50th test match for the South African captain. Very healthy average, even though he's not been in the best of form. Everyone knows that if he gets in, he can get the big score. A.B. de Villiers will open the batting with Graham Smith, batted at number 6 in the last game. But here's a great opportunity for the young man. He's got the talent, he's opened before in test matches. And he sure has the potential to really grab this opportunity. It's good morning to Kepler Wessels.
Morning, Ravi. News for South Africa, not good surrounding Jacques Kallis. He's not playing, he's out with a back injury. Dale Steyn is not playing either, and Morne Morkel makes his debut. Zahir Khan, who bowled very well at the Wanderers, is going to bowl the first delivery to Graham Smith. Graham Smith, as we said, in his 50th test match, his 41st as captain of South Africa. He needs some runs today. With him is his new opening partner, A.B. de Villiers. So a little bit of pressure on the top order now that Jacques Kallis isn't playing. The Indian bowling attack will be well aware of that.
Well, this should be a good contest once again. Zahir Khan versus Graham Smith. Zahir had Graham Smith's number in the one-day game, but Smith was dismissed twice by Srishant in the last game. What the South African captain needs is to spend some time at the crease, get a start, and then I'm sure things will start falling in place. India, on the other hand, know that in spite of them losing the toss, they have a great opportunity here to make some early inroads. South Africa have not fired with the bat as yet.
Probably for the first half an hour or so there will be a little bit of movement on offer, both through the air and off the seam, but it's a very good batting day. It's very hot, no cloud cover whatsoever, so from about lunchtime onwards this should be a very good wicket for batting.
Well, this is the second test match around the world, starting on Boxing Day. And we've got this telecast going all around the world, DSTV through Africa, B-Sky B in the UK, Fox in Australia, direct television in the United States of America, and of course in New Zealand, Sky Television taking it there. So Smith, the man on strike, the second test match about to get underway. Zahir Khan, the bowler. And straight away some swing. Not in the right area though. Wide signal rightly, but good shape.
Very important from an Indian point of view that their bowlers maintain the same line and length as they did with the Wanderers, because if they do that, they'll be a handful during this initial part of this first innings.
Now, where Zahir Khan has been very good is that he's got off to a good start. He's got the ball in the right areas from the outset, and that's what's tested the South African batsman.
The Indian seam bowlers bowled a very good length so far during the series. They kept the ball up to the bat. They've been able to get some movement both in the air and off the seam.
Yes, that's where he's got to get the ball more often. Smith will feel good that hit the centre of the bat. Let's see the pitch. There is a bit of grass on the surface. There is a little bit of moisture. But it's a very hot day, and you heard Kepler Wessel saying half an hour, 45 minutes. The ball will do a bit, but then this should ease out into a good batting track. History has it that Durban normally has some high-scoring games. The sides have scored over 400, even batting fourth. I beg your pardon, 300 plus.
Off the mark for Graham Smith, a bit of relief there. It was a good delivery by Zahir Khan. Smith just was able to manoeuvre that into the gap on the offside. Gets him off strike.
Yes, in the 33 test matches played here, the average first innings score is in excess of 300. 303 to be exact. Now A.B. de Villiers. Just watching Zahir Khan, even in these 3 or 4 balls, clearly suggests that he's not had much bowling in the last 7 or 8 days. India have not played any match. There was a 2-day game, but Zahir didn't play in it. You can just make out from the rhythm when he's playing well. That's up in the air. Dravid running after it and takes it. The South African captain departs once again to Zahir Khan. And once again, early on in his innings, attempting the cross-batted shot, getting the top edge.
Very poor stroke. The ball wasn't full enough to pull. Graham Smith was trying his best to dig in and try and occupy the crease. That's a very good catch by Sachin Tendulkar, running back from first slip. He judged it to perfection. Trouble for South Africa, 8 for 1.
Morning, Daryl. Good morning, and good morning. He's greeted with a wicket to Khan. Asad Raf deciding that's good enough for him. It was full, it looked pretty straight, and a light for India. Their second wicket of the morning. Now it is going for them, and Robin, not a bad toss to lose.
No, it isn't. I think we all said before the game there's a little bit of dampness there. That's just confirmation. It all looked pretty good. What a good time to introduce your co-commentator. About 3 seconds before the second wicket goes down.
Well, here's a man that's got a leg stump half volley. And South Africa will be looking to him to really fill his boots here today. 4 to Gibbs. 18 for 2 after 8.
Better out, much better. He's done it with the length again. Just that little bit of way swing. Just a hint, and the swing has undone them all.
Well, Barry, I was going to say, maybe his captain has got all the faith in him with the form he's had in the first test of bowling that full stump line. A.B. de Villiers has driven the ball in the air and through the covers once or twice. He's played and missed, and again Tendulkar takes a good catch at first slip. A.B. de Villiers goes for 9. It's 28 for 3.
There it is, just wide. And it's going to run away. It's very quick here over the outfield. 4 runs to Ashwell Prince, the second one down to third man, and the second one where he didn't quite have the control. So moral victories, but 8 runs it's cost India.
Well, the bowler having a bit of a clap there as well. Hits the shoulder of the bat and again doesn't go to a catcher. Ganguly at third slip.
Nicely stroked. Just lent on it and well rewarded.
As we saw in the first test, Ashwell Prince driving through the offside. It won't necessarily take you on down the ground in a hurry. When you do offer him a bit of width and a genuine half volley, as in this stroke, he'll put you away.
Four more. That'll take Gibbs to 25. And he's at 6 fours and a single.
Biggest cheer of the morning. This was a good cricket stroke. Too full, and you give him a hint of width, and full enough. He loves to drive. He looks for it, the way that he sets up, blocks himself off. Everything's positioned to play through the offside.
There it is, but you only got to get half a bat on it and you're going to get 4.
That is a strange decision. A 7-2 field, the ball swinging into the right-hander. Zahir Khan is looking for the LBW as well. So they could easily afford at least a 6-3 offside field.
Oh, it just gets hardly off the middle at all. Late adjustment from Herschel Gibbs.
That's 4. No third man. So suddenly a flurry of boundaries. The 100 comes up for South Africa. And the crowd warming up to the occasion.
Has played this late, Ashwell Prince. Hasn't pushed at it very hard.
That's a good shot. Races away to the boundary. Now he's thrown it away. He's walking disappointed after doing all the hard work. He gets one of the bottom of the bat that flies to the keeper. And a very good innings comes to a tame and a disappointing end.
Going all out there, Herschel Gibbs. Perhaps the moment, the excitement. Too much for him. An encouraging knock. Sadly, though, we'll only have to wait and see if it's enough for South Africa. Drinks break now, 122 for 4.
Smashed away, but well, I thought Gully had a half a chance, but it's really skidded off the pitch area next to the one they're playing on, and it scooted past him. He didn't appear to time it all that well, but he's got 4.
Well, the plan pretty obvious here from VRV Singh. He's going to bowl a few short balls. He's hit into the ground, but no chance. There's one area you've got to be careful of, Boucher. Strong. I suppose most batsmen is very strong when you offer that kind of length and the width.
That's the key word in South African cricket at the moment. He's got it through. And it will go all the way. And that brings up Ashwell Prince's 50. Done a nice little run of scores, this young man this year. Highest scorer for South Africa in Test cricket this year. Well played. Somewhat fortunate for.
We've seen quite a few boundaries down in the third-man region today. It's always that balance between carrying an extra slip or leaving the extra slip out and keeping him down at third man, or taking a cover out. Short boundary this time on the leg side. Oh, Australia losing their disciplines, India. Maybe better off considering taking that cover out and putting in the third man, getting fine leg, perhaps a touch finer.
Again, sweet timing and really good placement. Now that's a good shot, very controlled. Just opening the face of the blade at the very last minute.
Using the pace of the... beautifully played. Look how late he played that. Waited for the ball to come to him and then just punched it with the bottom hand.
Bowled in right through his defence. So the young man strikes. It's good reverse swing. This one came back.
Beautifully bowled, really was, and he deserves it, the young man. That one, he put a lot more effort in. From the beginning of his run-up, this was a lot quicker, and it surprised Mark Boucher. Look how late he is on that shot. Way too late. Good change-up of pace from the young man. He really thought about that, got a little bit of reverse, and he put the pace in. He put the effort ball in the hot sun. And that's a good knock. Comes to an end from Mark Boucher. South Africa 222 for 5.
Pulled away for 4. That takes him to 97. And the end of the over, 247 for 5. 4. Beautiful shot from Pollock. He's an elegant player at times, he really is.
Short and wide, Sean Pollock not going to miss out. When he gets a loosener, there's plenty of time to get into position for the catch shot. He hit this very hard. It was in the air, but no chance for the fielder to catch. 250 up for South Africa.
That's in the air. It's gone all the way. No, it hasn't. One bounce 4. Thought that had gone all the way by the reaction of fine leg. I lost the ball in the sky.
2 poor deliveries. Indian bowlers look pretty tired at this point. Pitch is flat now. The ball's old.
This fifth 50 coming in, just 73 balls. The fastest of the innings so far. Caught, cover, he's hit that like a train. What a fantastic catch. But more importantly, what an important wicket.
Well, what are you doing, Sean Pollock? You've just hit 2 boundaries. This was a loose shot, wide outside off stump. Wasn't there to drive. Pollock just has a full go at it, throws a bat at it, straight to Sehwag at backward point. It takes a wonderful catch, and the 6th wicket is down, 256 for 6.
Oh, that's got to be very close. Yes, up goes the finger. He's got him with the one that went the other way. The googly first ball, and it's smart bowling because Andrew Hall hadn't played himself in, didn't spot it, and paid the penalty.
2 questions. Was Hall playing a legitimate shot? Did it hit him in line? I think the second question is answered. That is, hit him in line. And well bowled, Anil Kumble. Got to give credit. Superb piece of bowling. Hall goes for a duck. South Africa now 257 for 7.
Beautifully bowled. There it is again. 2 in the over for Anil Kumble. Andre Nell didn't spot it either. Can he get a hat-trick with that type of delivery? We'll have to wait for the next batsman.
One that just goes straight on and probably was the googly. Oh, it's marvellous stuff. Finding the perfect length, going through the gate. Too good for the tail. Superb stuff by India and Kumble. South Africa 257 for 8.
That's it. Very well played, young man. Very well deserved. His 5th Test century and his 3rd this year.
Well greeted by everybody, the boys in the changing room, those around the ground. And it deserves a standing ovation.
Good shot. Good shot. Has he got enough on it to get his first boundary in Test cricket? I think it has. And I'm right. Well done. End of the over. 268 for 8. The hard way. And Morne Morkel is enjoying himself out there. And this partnership grows. 280 now for 8. That's a good shot. That'll run away for 4. While they do show a replay or two of that, and that's in the third manned area, why don't we ask him? He's sitting right next to us. AD, we're discussing third man. How often did you bowl with a third man?
Well, not very often, I can tell you. Simply because of the length. I heard you discussing it now, being driven. Or the minute you started bowling that length, I never had a cover, for instance. I never really bowled a lot with a cover, mid-on, mid-off.
5 yards. Beautifully struck. Beautifully struck. Not quite in classic mould, but he backed his eye and he's been there a while and he's got his confidence up.
Well, he certainly deflected that through extra cover. That is straight off the meat. Great shot. And this is a valuable little partnership here. 39 now, or 57 balls. Morne Morkel is doing his bit. He's no slouch with a bat.
In the air and gone. Gone. Good catch in the end because it went high. It sort of was off the toe of the bat, I think. So Ashwell Prince, his vigil comes to an end, but it's been very valuable. Sri Sranth strikes again off the toe.
Really wide, very wide, and a good catch by Lakshman. He's done well to hang on to that. That's a real heat one. And Ashwell Prince, well, he's batted brilliantly for his country. His side in trouble yesterday. Awesome 100. 121 he goes for. South Africa now 2 now and 6 for 9.
Yeah, the length ball's going to go, and it did. Got it back of a length to the number 11 with the odd bouncer, and again the option, I think, a real good one for Zahir Khan is the Yorker.
Oh, that's blazed through the covers. Well, that gets the crowd going. When a number 11 smashes it like that through the offside, guaranteed entertainment.
Question to ask as well is that, is this such a good pitch now? When you see the tail ender, that's on the up, that's a great shot. Top order player would be happy with that. Playing like this. Or are the bowlers a bit tired?
Oh, that's a terrific shot. We've seen some shots played in this South African innings, but I'll tell you, this will be up there with the best, and it's come from a number 10. Everything right about this.
That's an authentic cricket shot. Well timed, and he'll be thanking Saurav. The bat seems an absolute belter. He's a tall man, long levers, and you won't have a problem generating power. He's suggesting then that he can't resist the temptation of having a swing.
Coming, guys.
One thing he's doing well here, Makai-Ntini, after that first test in Johannesburg, just making sure he gets forward. This was the quicker delivery from Anil Kumble out the front of the hand. Goes straight on, looking for the LBW. Might have been a good shout. He looked pretty straight.
Now that's close. The finger has gone up, and the South African innings has come to an end. That's why Kumble is so dangerous. Not a big spinner of the ball. Keeps bowling those sliders to the tail enders. And this one hitting Ntini, even though he was playing forward. Smack on the pad. The decision to be made by the umpire, would it have hit leg stump or not? Well, Hawkeye suggested it crashed into middle and leg.
Masterful stuff from Kumble. His performance here has been superb for India, and so has the tail of South Africa. They've put together one or two handy partnerships as the innings comes to close on 3:28. They'll be pleased with their work, India. At the start of this test match, having been asked by Graham Smith, he decided to bat first, India to bowl first. Winning under 350 is good going.
What it's also done is it's given South Africa a nice little session when they come out to bowl. It won't be lengthy, just about half an hour or so, 40 minutes. They can bend their backs, have men round the bat, put pressure, and a good session. 71 runs coming in that session of play for the loss of 2 wickets. And Graham Smith and his team would settle for that. If you told them they would get 71 before play started, they would say, give that. 328 after being 28 for 3 at one stage. Gibbs played well in making 63 till he lost concentration, played a loose shot, but the innings was really held together by Ashwell Prince. 600 in test match cricket, and he's been the in-form batsman for South Africa in this test series. Mark Boucher there making 53, and a good contribution in the end from Morkel, who made 31 not out.
Partnerships in the middle, Gibbs and Prince, and then Boucher also played very well with Prince, putting on 100. Pollock looked good for a while, but story of the morning has been the little partnership down the order. Morkel and Prince, and more than handy from Makai-Ntini and Morne Morkel yet again. Sri Sant the feature, Khan a couple, but the man, Kumble, doing a great job for India. So we'll find out how flat this pitch really is. Join us a little bit later.
Go back to school with Officeworks. Studying will be a breeze with this great Sturt desk for only $99, save $100. And check out the Officeworks value range at 49 cents each, excluding paper and exercise books. Officeworks, the works.
It's the people who make the sport on Tui's News Snapshots.
To be able to run very, very quickly, so speed, so that means I could go and play again.
It would have to be indestructibility, because I've injured myself the last 3 years in a row, and that superpower would definitely come in handy.
Probably to go back in time. There's a lot of games of footy that we've lost I'd like another chance at.
I would say to fly, because of city's traffic drives me nuts.
I would love to have the power to heal, so that no one had to hurt anymore.
To go back in time, just to maybe buy some property 40 years ago, and I'll be pretty set now.
Probably to be able to predict the future. So if I'm playing cricket, I might know which shot the batsman's going to play.
Being visible would be a good one.
Tui's new, for the love of beer.
So the Indian openers making their way out to the centre. South Africa bowled out a little while earlier for 328. Wasim Jaffer, he'd like to make an impression. He's not been in the best of form on this trip. Still has to make an innings of substance. And with him is Birendra Sehwag. Dangerous player, but he's still to fire on this trip of South Africa. These are the kind of conditions, well, if he can see the new ball through, then he might enjoy batting on this surface. 51 matches, very healthy average, 51.29. He's already got a triple hundred in test match cricket, a score of over 250 as well. 1250s, 1200s. Andre Nel has the new ball in his hand, and it's a nice little session here for South Africa. Just 40 minutes before lunch. They can really afford to attack the Indian openers now.
They can. Ravi, you made the point earlier that it's ideal in that they can each get a spell in here, get the feet up over lunch, and then come back and bowl a further spell. A lot of expectancy around this ground. There's a bit of a buzz, and it's all to do with seeing how the Indian openers go here. Sehwag hasn't fired. It's hard to believe that he'll come here and not fire at some stage. Confidence being shown in Jaffa. Top score of 200 in Test cricket. 200s, 250s. Suggest that he can play. It's going to be all fire right now by the South African attack, and it will be led by Andre Nel. Seatbelts on, folks. It should be good cricket.
3 slips and gully in place. What's important now that South Africa have to make this new ball count. They've got to make the batsman play, get the ball in the right areas.
Right over, play.
So Nel on his way. And runs on the board straight away. Leg by is going to be signalled by the umpire.
This is sped away. Well, what we're looking for here is to see how much pace and bounce is in this pitch. Might take a couple more deliveries before Nel gets to full pace. South Africa ideally would want words from behind from Graham Smith, 2 or 3 before lunch, lads.
Very important, he's tight with his technique. Jaffer, he's been out hanging his bat and playing away from the body on more than one occasion on this tour of South Africa. Nel would be aware of that.
He looks good going back, Jaffa. It looks as if he's got a lot of time. Gets behind it nicely, very correct. It's that ability of his to get forward, that in-between length. It just hangs back a bit. That's what brings the outside edge into play.
Yes, he's got talent, there's no doubt about that. Double 100 in the West Indies. I think that's the reason why the selectors have kept faith in him. They believe somewhere down the line he's going to fire. He'll be disappointed that he missed out there. He's particularly strong off his pads. Likes the onside. First runs of the bat.
South Africa opting for Andre Nel to partner Mackay Ntini with the new ball. There may have been a temptation to perhaps have given the youngster Morkel a run with the new nut. There's one change in the field now. Third man has been put in place. No point. Short leg.
That's edged and taken. Fantastic catch at second slip. The Herschel Gibbs flying across to his right. Just wonder if it was de Villiers or Gibbs, but it's a fantastic catch. This ball is travelling. Again, played away from the body. It was A.B. de Villiers. Moves across and takes it with 2 hands. Just the tonic South Africa need early on. And Sehwag departs without tickling the scorers. It's 5 for 1.
Driven down the ground, that'll run away, I think, for 4. Pollock in pursuit, but he's not going to get there. It's quite interesting, Kepler, that A, Ntini didn't bowl the first over of the innings, which one would possibly have expected. B, I was asked with the shortened session, bowling session, who would you start with? I said Ntini and Pollock, and others have said no, it's got to be Morkel, that's what he's there for. Beautiful shot. Also off the mark with a boundary.
Too full again by Mackay Ntini. Good shot by Rahul Dravid, and it is a very good batting pitch, has to be said. Yesterday morning there was a little bit of swing, a little bit of movement, nothing excessive at all, but certainly is a very good batting surface now.
That's gone through. It'll race away to the boundary. Just opening the face of the blade, Dravid. First time he was drawn forward.
All I'll say is it's gone to third man again. I won't say anything else. I'm all happy to have the catches up there, but I don't know why. If you're going to have the field up, you can have the same amount of slips but take away mid-off. That's my point.
Good shot. Didn't try and hit it too hard, but the timing is exquisite. And he'll get a boundary for it. Quick to jump onto that front foot this time, Jaffa.
Tell you what, it's a pretty good bat because it didn't come out the middle at all. Nice placement though, and he didn't try and hit it too hard. I think that was the key, Ravi. He's more intent on placement.
Well, loud shout here. The finger has gone up. Just for a minute, one thought it might be slipping down the leg side, but this is a big wicket for South Africa. A big wicket. The Indian captain dismissed.
I think Rahul Dravid had a long, hard look at the umpire. He thought he might have, there's the shake of the head. I thought he might have just got a little touch on it, but I'm sure he's convinced it's going down leg side. He gets a little bit across. And is it sliding down leg? Well, I don't know. That pretty much over the top, that's what he was complaining about. But he was caught on the crease, and umpire Benson had absolutely no hesitation. Up with the finger, gone for 11, 35 for 2.
That's gone away fine and will beat the fielder into the boundary. Andre Nell a little too square. That was full and on leg stump.
Yeah, not a good delivery. I think searching for the Yorker, but it just slid down leg side, and Wasim Jaffa, knowing that you just get a little bit of bat on it, it's going to race away with the hard new ball. I wonder why he is so wide with the ball being so hard. Usually when the deflections go, they go a bit finer, and the finer it goes, the faster it goes.
Lovely shot. That's the best he's played so far. That's come right out of the screws. Fractionally overpitched, and he's put it away in style.
It's a perfect way to play as an opening batsman. No flourish, no, just a little punch, because it's up there in the slot. More intent on the placement. Watch the high left elbow, keeping the face of the bat going through the hitting area.
Oh, that's cracked off the back foot. Nice sound of the ball hitting the bat. First boundary for Tendulkar. He was onto it in a flash. That sounded sweet.
Only a fraction short and fetch that. You can always tell a confident player doesn't bother to move. As he hits it, he knows. Just a little bit of width, and that has come off the middle, raced away.
Lovely shot. This time off the front foot. It wasn't all that bad a delivery. But 2 cracking boundaries to end the over for Tendulkar. 53 for 2 India.
It's that crack of the bat. He's not going to put the new boy down. I think he realised that Morne Morkel, just into his first test match, if he can dominate him now, then he can probably dominate him for the test match. Again, not quite in line, but boy, that's a big bat, and it's a pretty sweet one by the sounds of things. Bang, 4.
Beautiful. Quite beautiful. And the end of the over, 58 for 2.
The pressure has counted. Mackay Ntini's got Wasim Jaffa in similar fashion as he's got out on most of the occasions on this tour. That is very good bowling, and don't forget Pollock has played his role at the other end by keeping it so tight. Jaffa goes. Good catch again. A.B. de Villiers, he snaps him up there. No trouble at all.
Superb work by South Africa. India 61 for 3.
Take that. What a way to break the nexus. No one plays it better.
He does leave you watching and admiring. Very clinical, effortless, precision in his movement.
That's the very delivery that we were talking about, the one that pitches and holds its own.
What more can go wrong for Graham Smith? He normally really clutches this, no problem, straightforward catch. Or is it? Oh, it hits him on the wrists almost. It's a great shot, and that will run away for 4. Too short, and Lakshman, he loves it there.
Well, he sits in the crease, doesn't he, VVS, and he just waits for deliveries like that. I think he's a big LBW candidate reasonably early on, and I haven't seen South Africa pitch the ball nearly far enough up to him. Beautiful shot. The balance is exquisite here. Absolutely exquisite.
Well, that ball has hit the fence very quickly. No venom in the delivery. It's just well, it's just really a nothing ball. It just sits up. And Tendulkar didn't need another invitation. He's just slammed it away for 4.
There's Sachin on the front foot. That's a different length. And it's gone through. Great player. Picked the gap beautifully.
There's the man at point, but he's behind square. And that on the up, that shot. Blade opening and the gap picked to perfection.
Lovely shot. That's a classic. What a way to get to your 50.
Fantastic shot. Just a little push. And he does make it in this calendar year. That's his first 50 in Test match cricket this year. And, wow. Everyone's been asking the question, how big is that drop catch going to be? What a great shot this is.
Smack. And the man is back, Ashwell Prince, and he didn't have far to go, couldn't get there. Timing deluxe.
Yeah, to go with a huge bat. How well has he hit this? I mean, he's beaten the man, which is Ashwell Prince, at wide-ish, well, deep third man, wide third man, and it's not by much. He really has timed this superbly.
That's 4. 4 defensive, soft hands, and guess where it's gone? It's gone to Barry's favourite area, third man. Morning, Daryl.
Good morning, Robin. Good morning to all our viewers. Andre Nel and South Africa just looking, probing outside off stump to Tendulkar. They've got to keep an eye on that score. The deficit at the moment is 206. They've still got some runs to play with South Africa, but they can't allow these two really good players to take the game away from them.
That's gone. That is gone. Making room for himself. A very unusual looking stroke from Tendulkar. He's trying to cut that from over the top and middle, and Boucher does the rest.
Big wicket for South Africa. Disappointment for Tendulkar in India. unusual stroke. Where he was trying to play that, only he will know. Got to say, it's a mistake from the little master. And India now, the breakthrough by South Africa. Where does that leave them? Tendulkar, well played, 63. It's now 125 for 4.
There we go. Well bowled and Teeny. 2 in the over. South Africa beginning to dominate.
Well, I don't think it's got anything to do with the lights, Saurabh. Everybody knows that he's vulnerable to the short ball. He seems surprised. Perhaps didn't pick it up or believes that it wasn't out. His look, though, does suggest that he didn't pick this up at all. Well bowled, South Africa, well thought. And Mackay and Teeny, he's in the wickets. The easiest of catches. Good to see Herschel Gibbs not throwing it up in a hurry. He's now placing it on the ground.
There he goes. On his way for naught, Ganguly. Suddenly 125 for 5.
That's 4. There's no third man. It's past gully. With Dhoni, you always have a chance as a bowler because that's the way he plays.
Well, even in this situation, to a point, he needs to play his natural game because he does have the ability when he gets going to take the ball away from the opposition. He's not the sort of player that can just rely on survival. Laxman at the other end, he plays that patient sort of an innings where he occupies a crease and bats time.
Typical Dhoni. If it's in his half, he's going to go hard at the ball.
Well, that was a top shot. It was a fuller delivery. Dhoni spotted it straight away, hit straight through the line, full face of the bat, over the bowler's head, and that takes some doing.
Yes, I don't think he'll see too many in his half in this over now. That's why he can be such a dangerous player in a situation like this. No, he's got that through the offside. When Dhoni hits the ball, it stays hit. Another boundary for him. That's his third.
Top shot by Dhoni. Waited for that nicely. Hit it through extra cover. His timing was very good. He hit it on the up.
There's that boundary bringing up the 150 for India. That's the reason why he's a dangerous player. He might look unorthodox at times, but he has this incredible ability of taking the attack to the opposition. He beats Adams. And the ball will race away to the boundary.
Good shot again. This time the straight drive.
See, there's not much lateral movement, so you can hit on the up and through the line.
There he goes, down to third man. We are getting the stats on that. And it's a no ball. Really having trouble with this no ball. And you just wonder what's happening in the level below. If he keeps making the same error at this international level, nicely off the middle of the bat, cannot afford to have so many no balls. There he goes again. And now it's suddenly 8 off the over. And it wasn't all that bad an over, but that extra ball they had to bowl because of the no balls cost him 167 for 5. In the air, but it's gone racing away down to third man for 4.
This is hurting South Africa. That's not a bad partnership, 50 of 75 balls.
That's gone away. I think he's timed it well enough, not to perfection. It's going to be a closest race, but the ball wins in the end, so another 4. Dare I say it? Edged and gone. That'll encourage the young lad. His first test wicket. Morné Morkel, hugged by a teammate and A.B. de Villiers. And that'll be a mighty relief for him. The dangerous Dhoni goes.
Well, all of South Africa will be hoping that it's the first of many. And again, it's A.B. de Villiers. What a fine catch. He is proving to be a fantastic slip fielder. It's all got to be about my first test wicket. India lose Dhoni. It's 179 for 6.
Out! Another wicket for Morkel. Poor shot, it has to be said, from Anil Kumble. Boucher does the rest.
Very loose shot. Second wicket for Morné Morkel. Wide delivery. Kumble chases it, gets a thick outside edge. Very simple catch for Mark Boucher. And South Africa now in a very strong position.
So Kumble comes and goes without disturbing the scorers. 179 now for 7. Up in the air, Amla under it. 3 for Morkel. Oh, it's been worth waiting for, son, hasn't it?
Morkel picks up his third. What a throw for him. He had a bit of a struggle yesterday, but he's come back strongly today. Picking up the 3 wickets this morning. South Africa now looking very good in this test match. 183 for 8. Lunch break. On the dot of the lunch break almost. Zahir Khan losing his wicket there. Very easy catch to Hashim Amla at short leg. That's the 8th wicket down.
That's hurt him. That's hurt him. Can't see him. Can't see him getting behind the line too often now.
Andre Nell's response here was interesting. After it hit him, he then walked down the wicket and gave it the bat wave in. A little thing which Sreesanth gave him in Johannesburg.
That's gone through and into the boundary. There's no fourth slip in position. Oh, that's well struck. He'll take that boundary, Sreesanth. It was pitched up and he's hit it through the line. 197 for 8.
Well, that's an authentic cricket stroke.
Beautiful shot. Superb timing, just standing up tall and punching it through the offside.
Good shot. Found the middle of the bat.
Beautiful shot. Gets into line, punches through the line. He's enjoyed that. He's going to enjoy that, watching that again tonight in the highlights. Nothing wrong with that. Take a picture of that. Oh, smack. Oh, had enough. Give yourself some room. Slap. 4.
I love this kid. I tell you what, he's enterprising. Very enterprising.
Slapped away, and that's 4 more. Another no ball.
Out. Caught behind. Well done, Andrew Hall. You certainly deserved a wicket. You were the man who had Tendulkar dropped, and you've got rid of a fella who's become more than just an irritation to the South African side on this trip.
Well, he's played so well, really. One would have felt another sort of half an hour of him with Lakshman would have been good, and a little bit naughty if you had to put extra criticism on him. He's gone for 28, it's 2, 3, 5 for 9.
He's prepared to take the one. Pollock won't be unhappy. First ball of the over. VRV Singh has come to the crease, and he'll be able to face his first ball. 50 for Laxman. It's been a long vigil. 277 minutes and 156 deliveries. Good, tough test match cricket. He's 37th of 50 or more. If they get the wicket now, it's interesting for South Africa. Where do they go? They've got a lot to contend with. Smith is... whoops. There he is, the old baseball style VRV. Get it in the block hole. He's not going to hang around. Yeah, but Graham Smith under a bit of pressure for his place. He won't want to go out there and try and zoom along. Herschel Gibbs has only just come back into some sort of little bit of form. There's Srisanth getting out, just a little edge. But they need to give themselves a little bit of time with the light around, so they have to score reasonably quickly. So there's a few balls in the air with regard to this test match. What's Pollock got in store? Smack. Take that off the mark. And it's always dangerous and tough when you know a player's going to play like that. If he has a little bit of luck, he can get 20 or 25 in no time.
He did that to the Wanderers in the first test, 29 from 19 balls. That was in the first innings. This is hurting South Africa. Frustration that the fielding side and the bowlers must be experiencing now. It'll be tough to deal with. Deficit 88, and these could be telling runs. Can only think they have to bat though, Barry. They're going to have to bat. If the light's not good, South Africa have got to take the game to India and get out there and try and establish some sort of lead, which will give them a chance to hopefully declare.
It's when the declaration comes, though. It's got to be sometime tomorrow afternoon, and then you have the same old problem. As soon as the light's off, India are going to be off. So it's going to be a delicate one. Where do you go? 300? Do you go 350, make it safe, so that you don't go 2-0 down? And there's a lot of balls in the air for South Africa. A lot at stake. Is that out? Big shout. He's going. He's going. 240. So Pollock has struck. He deserved a wicket. Just short of 15 overs, he's taken 1 for 17. Number 11's gone.
Good bowling by Sean Pollock, tucking up Singh. He was giving himself a bit of room, and wow, it was so good. He didn't offer him any width, tucked him up. Easiest of catches to Boucher.
240 on the nail. South Africa 328, and they'll have to come out and play very positive cricket if they want to take the game to the Indians. Light will be a factor, probably around about 3, 4 o'clock. They march off. A little bit of chat there, not sure whether it's friendly chat or not. Oh, there's a little, is it or not? Not sure. Boucher and Singh, bit of a set to there.
Credit again to Vivius Laxman, not out on 50. Might prove to be a very good little knock this for India. Had a lot of promise with Tendulkar and Laxman at the crease, but then lost their way. Dhoni should have been out early on, got away with the 34. It could actually have been so different. Had 1 or 2 things gone South Africa's way, India could very well have been out for under 200. But they've kept their hopes alive in terms of at least saving this test match, have India. All the pressure now is on South Africa, and it's going to be very interesting to see how they go about their batting in the second innings.
They're the partnerships. They never really got underway. 64 the best. There's a couple of 50s there, but you need a bigger one than that in Test match cricket to really take it to the opposition. 6 guys got into double figures, and in the end, no one really got away. Sachin Tendulkar, top scorer, was 63. Nell bowled well. So did Ntini. He got a couple today. Morkel got 3. But Sean Pollock, only the 1, but certainly was the one who kept the pressure on. Just 1.15 runs per over. So India bowled out for 240 in just short of 78 overs. And South Africa have to come out and take the game to India. The lead 88.
Get behind your Hyundai A-League club this coming weekend on the road to the finals. In round 19, it's Adelaide United versus Queensland Roar in Adelaide. Newcastle Jets battle it out against Central Coast Mariners in Newcastle. Sydney FC take on New Zealand Knights in Sydney. And finally, it's Perth Glory against Melbourne Victory in Perth. For ticket details, check out aleague.com.au. With only 4 spots in the final series up for grabs, it's do or die time.
The Hyundai A-League version 2.
Do you want the chance to win a party with the 4X Angels? Get ready to press red. Only available on Foxtel Digital.
How would you and 10 mates like to have Australia's hottest new dance and cheerleading group crash your next party? Well, Fox Sports has teamed up with 4X to make this dream a reality. The 4X Angels will bring the 4X, the food, the tunes and the moves into your own backyard. For your chance to win this knockout prize, simply press red on your Foxtel remote now. You need to be over 18 to enter. To learn more about the 4X Angels and to get their individual profiles, visit 4xangels.com.
Graham Smith and A.B. de Villiers are making their way out there with a handy lead of 88, but that's not the problem's over for Graham Smith. He's got to overcome a little bit of a problem in terms of his own form, but then he's got to think about declarations and how many overs he needs to bowl India out. And I suppose another one is how quickly they score. Daryl, we're talking off air. There's lots of balls in the air.
Well, realistically, if we factor in the bad weather and the light situation, then they're going to have to bat quickly. They're going to have to almost go at 4 and over. And someone is going to have to play a dream knock. I think at least 90 overs, giving them a second chance with the second new ball, will be what South Africa ideally would like. But it's also dangerous. That's a powerful Indian batting lineup. A guy like Tendulkar and Laxman get going. That may not be enough. And do they run the risk of going 2 down in the series and losing it here? Or they think about leaving it all for Cape Town?
You tell me. It's a toughie, isn't it? It really is, because I think they fancy themselves. They do feel that they're a better side than India, but you've always got this in the back of your mind. Your captain's out of form. What sort of declaration will Sehwag suddenly come to the party when he's been nowhere? All that will unfold in the next day or so. Here we go. And they're off straight away, so there's intent there. There's intent there. Not sure Graham Smith was ready for that.
He was a bit on his heels. De Villiers on this occasion taking the first ball. They do rotate that, Smith and De Villiers, when they open the batting. Smith took it in the first innings. Well, if ever there was going to be a time when we see what brave cricket is all about, now is the time.
Yeah, it's a word that's been used a bit. And you can use it all you like, but you've got to play it. And we shall see. First ball for Graham Smith. Will it be the one that tails into the left-hander?
Wait, Dad! No!
Theoretically 57 overs left today, so if you score at 4 and over, like you say, Daryl, they'll be able to clear overnight if you want to set them 300. And there's Graham Smith. He definitely needs a score, as you can see on the screen. Ironic cheer as he got bat on ball. I think there might be a result here. There just might be. Bit tough when you play a home game and you get jeered.
It won't be much longer when the light will come into play, and one feels South Africa will have to play through that. It's going to be tough going for their top 4 or 5 here today. But he had a good start to the day, Graham Smith, and it may just continue.
Wait!
Bowlers did the job for him. I thought their thinking and strategy worked well. It's good to see them being innovative and coming out with the two-paced attack from both ends, bowling one length, which eventually unsettled Tendulkar into making an error. So it has gone for him, so you'll feel confident about that at least.
Closer to the stumps, and that's the one. Trying to present the full face, and that's what everybody's been talking about, playing slightly across the line. He's a man under a little bit of pressure as well. He wants the captain to do well. Just tailing in a little bit, inner half of the bat. Yeah, if you were being picky, I would have gone with Pollock for a little few this morning. And how come Morne Morkel bowls so many no balls? That's the other thing that they've got to work on. So there's a couple of areas to work on for South Africa. Oops, off the edge. The arms go up. 1 for none. There we go. As you say, if it doesn't swing, that's what's going to happen. And he's going to go after them, A.B. de Villiers, and that might be just the catalyst that Graham Smith needs. It'll take the pressure off him to score quickly.
The cracking shot. That's as good as a square drive can be.
And there's just a little bit of light there for Sri Santh because it was a little bit away from the body. Beautifully struck, backed his eye.
Tries to catch it, but it's gone through the covers for 4. It's a wider delivery. Maybe de Villiers hit that pretty well. Got his left shoulder through the line of the ball a lot better than he did in the first innings. Still the foot coming straight down the pitch, which is a problem. But at least on this occasion he got his hands through better and he timed the ball well.
Well, runs for Smith straight away. Short ball. Controlled it nicely on that occasion. Well, that goes into the boundary. It's a good start for the South African captain. Straight away after tea.
Terrible fielding, mind you. Really is very awful because there's a player running towards him. All he has to do is parry it away here, VRV Singh, and he's missed it completely. Yeah, look at the position he gets into. It hurries on him and then he just throws it into the boundary. All he had to do was scoop it back. There's a player about 2 or 3 yards from him. Oh, he's got that one away. Just a little bit of width. That'll do him a lot of good. His confidence.
He doesn't swing the ball much. He's more a bowler who hits the deck, and there was width on offer. That was well played. He got across nicely. Used the depth of the crease in going back to give him that extra bit of time. Nice shot. This will go for 4. The control was good there from A.B. de Villiers. Didn't come really hard at the ball. Just easing it through the offside.
Yeah, maybe a bit of fatigue just setting in for Zahir Khan. He's into his 9th straight over. And whilst it is overcast, it's still pretty hot out there. Nicely played. Angled away through the gap, just opening the face to make sure that you miss the fielder. Good play from de Villiers.
He'll take that. Almost with disdain, he's hit that for 4. 2 better than this one. 165, Rudolph and Hall, Sri Lanka in Colombo. And Gibbs and Hall also in Colombo. And then back in 2005, de Villiers and Smith.
And certainly some swing there, but Graham Smith had that covered. Beautifully put away.
Well, he's been so good, Zahir Khan, to Smith, where he's dragged him across his crease before he bowled one of these. And Smith there is equal to the task.
Beautiful shot. That's more like the Smith, you know. Standing up tall and punching it past square leg.
He's very strong in that area, Graham Smith. Don't stray onto those pads.
That's gone through. Past gully and into the boundary. Was in the air for a bit.
It has that sort of should I or shouldn't I look about this shot. Should I play it or should I leave it alone? He's a little bit tentative outside off stump there. He's aware of what the bowlers are trying to do to him, is A.B. de Villiers. So he's fighting that little battle mentally about what he should be playing or not.
Now that's a good shot, because he waited on it a little bit longer and didn't try and knock the cover off it. It's easing it through the offside for 4.
He does look determined to play a long innings here this morning. A.B. de Villiers. How good was the strike? Left him, and as Ravi Shastri said, he just stayed on the shot. Talented man, has good hands, good hand-eye coordination.
He's got hold of that. Fractionally short, and he was onto it in a flash. 90 for no loss. Nice roll of the wrist, hit it in front of square. 7th boundary for Graham Smith.
Got that away very cleverly in the end. Got a bit of steep bounce and I think played that quite well.
Very well, in fact. Controlled that beautifully. There is a gully there. He got it past him. In that gap, nicely played. And there's no third man. 4 more. And out. Yep, that's out. It's carried. Everyone sort of didn't think it was. A muted celebration by the Indians. Good delivery. And I think it might well be referred. That's out.
I think Graham Smith has said to AB, listen mate, there's a little bit of doubt there, why don't you hang around? It's going to be referred, and the one bit that I think might have got into a couple of doubting minds was the sort of delayed, that's a great catch that one of the fielders came up with, as if to emphasise the fact that it had carried. Laxman's the fielder. Out.
I think A.B. de Villiers is pretty sure when he looked back there. Yeah, I think he's heading off. That for me is a clean catch, no problem. And he is walking off now. Good knock. Out, it says on the big screen. South Africa now lead by 187. And A.B. de Villiers goes for 47. It's 99 for 1. Cut away in 4. Good shot.
Good footwork here from Smith. Placement of the back foot, back and across. there. Waits for the ball to get under his eyes. Puts it away comfortably. Moves on to 46. That's his 50. His 15th.
That's a big milestone for Graham Smith. That is a lot of character to come back from where he was. He's a very positive bloke anyway, but it's going to need something like that to get there. He's had to work hard since yesterday. And he's got 50, first 50 of the series.
Oh, that looks quite straight. It does look quite straight. Amla's gone. He's playing it on the onside, but that's a favourite sort of stroke of his. Just looking from here, we obviously got the batsman's back to us, but it looked pretty straight, Alan.
Well, we'll see this from the front shot, and again, Amla, that's one of his favourite shots. You don't bowl too straight to him. Where does this go? Would have thought probably clipping leg stump, and that was good enough for the umpire. Well, Amla goes for a duck. South Africa now 108 for 2.
Oh, that's beaten Dhoni, and it'll run away for 4 byes, I think. Yep.
Well, it's done the keeper completely. It's gone down the leg side. And we won't see it from this angle, but it looks like it's gone, as it's gone past him, it's just kept going the other way, swinging out from down the leg side. Oh, easy.
Reverse swing. Pulled away by Smith, beginning to dominate just a little bit now, found his feet. 4 more. Time also for a change in the commentary box. A couple of vessels has moved into Alan Donald's seat, and Barry Richards will shortly be in mine.
Good shot by Graham Smith. He'll be feeling a lot better after completing his first half century for some time. Looking a lot more confident on this 4th morning. South Africa really very well placed with a lead of 205.
More runs for Smith. 4, in fact. Starting to blossom and starting to dominate, which is something that hasn't happened for a while. The lead now well over 200. Surprised Kumble hasn't bowled. I'm very surprised.
Definitely. I think Sreesanth has just been bowling too many overs this morning. He's had a very good test series, but I think he's been over bowled. Kumble would be a good choice just to keep the runs down, perhaps nip out another 1 or 2 wickets, because that's the only thing that will slow the South African run rate down is the fall of wickets now.
Also, he'll be bowling to Smith, who's got a bit of rough outside the left-hander's off stump. Something to aim for Kumble. Bowled him! Again, playing across the line and just a little bit of movement. I think Graham Smith fooled himself. He thought he was back in form and could do anything. He was timing the ball pretty well, hit quite a lot of boundaries, but again, falling to that one across the line.
Yeah, he'll be disappointed when he sees that, particularly considering the fact that he was just starting to blossom, just starting to look good, but at least he got a few runs under his belt, so he'll feel a little bit better. 121 for 3.
That's gone in the air and he's gone. So the hero, gee whiz, this is a good little passage of play for India. Ashwar Prince caught on the crease. So often happens. 100 in the first innings, 0 in the second. Sreesanth again.
Good delivery, the extra bounce led to Ashwell Prince's undoing. Outside edge, straight to Ganguly at first slip, who takes a comfortable catch. Very good bowling by Srisanth.
Two wickets in the over. Ashwell Prince out for naught. 121 for 4. In the air, but it's raced away.
Full and wide, and when you bowl there to Herschel Gibbs, you're going to pay the price. He hit that very, very hard backward point, had no chance of catching this.
It goes hard. Lovely shot. No need to run for that.
I think from an Indian point of view, Rahul Dravid needs to make a change. He needs to get Kumble on and Zahir Khan at the same time.
Good stride. Head over the ball. Yeah, I'm with you. Zahir Khan has had a good tour.
Oh, Gibbs goes. Anil Kumble in his very first over.
Second ball from Kumble. Gibbs pushed at the first one, he pushed at the second, may have stopped on him. Or was it just a basic error from Herschel Gibbs? It is going India's way, you've got to say that. Let's not forget, playing in these conditions is tough. Mental tiredness sets in as well. That's my explanation for that shot. Oh, South Africa in a little spot of bother. It's 140 for 5.
Oh, he's hit across that. That's out. Boucher goes. South Africa just in a little bit of bother here. Of that, there is no doubt. India into the tail.
Perhaps time to give India credit. The bowlers have done the job. They've got balls in the right areas. Full, and generally, as we've seen throughout the series, pretty straight. And once again, another batsman goes out LBW to the left arm bowling of Zahir Khan. That is definitely an area of concern that South Africa need to look at. Not quite sorting that out. Boucher, always reliable, gone for 8 though. 143 for 6.
Cut away. 4 valuable runs.
Brings up the 150 for South Africa. A rare loose delivery from Kumble, dragging it down, and well spotted by Andrew Hall. Gets it away.
Well, that's the most extraordinary delivery. Clearly, it's an error somewhere along the line. I don't know how quite it happened. It's certainly the widest ball I've ever seen in Test cricket.
Just saying early, he doesn't waste too many deliveries, does he?
And it's such a good comment. This one got away from him.
That's edge. There's no third slip. There's no third man. So the South African lead goes past 250 now.
This is very galling for a bowler. When you've beaten your man, all ends up playing well away from his body is Sean Pollock in the air for a considerable time. And straight in the hole, down to third man for 4.
Another no ball, and he's put it away. He smacked that in front of mid-wicket.
Gee, that's a beauty. He's right onto it so quickly, Andrew Hall. He looks to come forward and then just rocks back and absolutely smites it. Look at the trigger movement forward. It just rocks back and the flip of the wrist, and it races away in front of square, well in front of square.
So Birendra Sehwag continuing. That's a good shot. Over pitched. Nicely placed. Got his foot right out there to the pitch of the ball.
And these are very handy runs for South Africa. They had a little wobble when they lost all those 6 wickets, but now Pollock and Hall prepared to play their shots. Neat shot from Andrew Hall. That's well played. Right back onto his stumps and neatly tucked away by Sean Pollock. And it goes all the way. You don't have to power everything away to hit boundaries. Lovely shot.
It's because he got back in his crease. He had that time to just turn his wrists. He has to work on his fielding, Vikram Singh.
It's gone fine, and we'll go for 4. Good start for Pollock.
South Africa have always been known for having batting depth, and how good it is for them to have a guy like Pollock walk in, and Hall to walk in. He's on 20, Pollock goes to 21. Every innings in this match we've seen the tail wag. Shot. Well, it's still good for batting. The ball's about 51 overs old. That's not all that short. And he's pulled it in front of square for 4. 206 for 6.
Let's take South Africa to 200.
Shot. Oh, that's a good shot. Just shows what a good time of the ball he is. It's not all that short. He's made this into a bit of width.
It's a crisp sound it made, didn't it? It's weight forward, and he hits it off the back foot in the end, but with a weight going forward. Shot. Oh, that's straight, isn't it? Yeah, very straight.
Andrew Hall is not happy. I've got a funny feeling he got a little scratch on this. He was given out, and then a good long stare at Asadrov. Or was it going down? I thought I heard 2 noises there.
Second decision that Asadrov was given with an indication from Hawkeye that it's scraping the leg stump. And that's what's made Hall a little grumpy. I don't blame him.
He goes again, and Tendulkar hardly moves. So he's throwing caution to the winds, Pollock.
And that's nicely steered away. Come off one of those thick edges of the bats that they have today, and it's going to race all the way down to third man for 4. So more runs. Morkel's look pretty composed out there. It's been a nice little partnership, this one too, between Morkel and Sean Pollock. 31 not out in the first innings, and here he is. Might be pushing for a little bit of promotion. Actually, it's interesting. Will he take over the all-rounders role? Poor old Andrew Hall might be relegated again if they feel he can bowl and bat well enough. There it goes. It's up in the air. There's somebody underneath it. Man, he's taken it. He's not the safest of fielders, and I don't think he'd been all that happy. He was up there a long time, but Vikram Singh has eventually taken, and the change of pace from Sehwag has brought about the undoing. And off they come. Graham Smith has decided enough's enough, and he wants to attack the top order of India. Neatly taken catch in the end. Sehwag gets a test wicket. Morkel departs, and so does Sean Pollock, who's played quite beautifully. He's 63 not out. 265 for 8, and the lead 353. It'll be a mighty task for India. A mighty task. They've got the batting, but it's not going to be an easy one for them.
That new ball for South Africa, it has to do the job. It was coming at some stage. I don't think anybody predicted it would come right now. And as he caught the Indians off guard, this will be a great opportunity for South Africa, really running here and put them under pressure. Whichever way, it's going to be exciting, and we do have a game on our hands. Big question to ask is how much cricket, in fact, we'll get today. And will it be the day to actually decide the matter?
A very entertaining session. 2 wickets for 73 in 16 overs. One of those was Andrew Hall for 21, and then Morne Morkel departed for 27. So the lower order doing the job, and in a reasonably quick time. Took South Africa 265 for 8. And Sehwag has got more test wickets in this game than test runs so far, so he's due. There it is. Good partnership at the top, then a wobble in the middle, and then Shaun Pollock, Andrew Hall and Morne Morkel ensuring that South Africa have a healthy lead.
What a handy player Shaun Pollock is, just weighing in with a very valuable 63. And a story of two halves. Good up front, and then towards the end of the innings, good partnerships again. And Morne Morkel, what a good test match he is having. Can he follow it up with a good bowling performance?
The bowlers all tried hard. It was very hot conditions. Sri Santh the best. He got 4 wickets again. He's been a real find for India in this tour. Kumble economical as always. And Virender Sehwag nipping in for a wicket right at the death. There is the match summary. India need 354 to win.
It's the people who make the sport on Tui's News Snapshots.
My little boy makes me laugh. He's turning 2 in about a month's time. Little Sam is very funny at the moment.
Most things make me laugh. I find humour in many things in life, but not other people's misfortune.
Jokes, just general chat. Good movies like Anchorman or Old School, always good fun.
A good joke, of course, a good movie, good comedy, and just I enjoy being around people who are themselves, and that makes me smile and laugh a lot.
Well, look, Mervyn Hughes in a cricket dressing room, it's hard to beat him, and these days Kerry O'Keefe, I think he's brilliant.
Tony Portour from the Panthers. Everyone and anyone.
Good friends, just sitting around having a few drinks and telling stories is very entertaining.
Tui's new for the love of beer.
The umpires have made their way out into the middle. They've been followed by the Proteas, led by Graham Smith. And India with a lot of hard work to be done. South Africa declared 265 for 8. And now it's up to the bowlers. .58 for Graham Smith. He had a little bit of a welcome return to form, and he'd be pleased with that, and he'd be buoyed by that. But he'd be asking his bowlers to ask the question of the top order of India, which they haven't had the answer to so far. Sehwag's had a very, very poor tour for a man who's got 300. Sean Pollock still off the field, probably just having a little shower and refresh after that 60-odd not out. There's Jacques Rudolph just fulfilling that role. I don't think there's any injury to Sean Pollock. He just would like to get himself settled with some fresh gear on. And Morné Morkel's also off the field here. It's obviously very, very hot out there. Lots of perspiration and sweat with that partnership, and like to just freshen up a little bit. So Paul Adams is out there as well. There's Virender Sehwag. And the other batsman is Wasim Jaffer. Fantastic average, but on this tour, it's more like the .65 than the 5.0. And Wasim Jaffer, who's got 26 and just started to show some sort of sign of form, but he too has been really struggling at the top of the order, and that's counted against India. Haven't been able to consolidate up there and see off the new ball. They've been in trouble from the off, and nearly every game that they've played, all the one-dayers and the test match, even in the Wanderers where they won, they were under pressure at the top order. Can the South African bowlers do it again?
So much will depend on how they go with this new ball. It's going to be Andre Nel to start, and partnering him will be Mackay Ntini. Those stats of Sehwag's a little bit misleading. 1200s, 1250s, average of 50. And he says one thing: when he gets in, he makes it count, and count big. He's not taking first ball. Jaffer's going to be taking the first ball from Nel. How this little opening partnership goes here will determine in a big way how India go overall. Can they at least just see it off? 1 and 2 go quickly here, and you throw in Tendulkar early at the crease. Here he goes, and it could very well be much decided in the next 2 hours.
Yeah, one of the umpires out there, Ian Howell, he replaced Mark Benson, who went off the field yesterday after just one delivery and has been kept in hospital for observation. No news to report, but they need to keep him there for a bit of observation. But this is the first ball. India chasing 354, and such big amount of responsibility is on the shoulders of these two men to try and see off that new ball.
It is a great opportunity for South Africa, and they'll be giving all these Indian batsmen a good old earful. One up, one down, lots of cracks. Graham Smith and the slip cordon will be trying to put some doubt in the batsman's mind.
Now we've got an effects mic here with a stump cam, and I'm trying to keep it a little bit lower than you, Daryl, because of all that noise there. You tend to hear it all. Gee whiz, they are non-stop at these Indian batsmen.
It is okay if you're confident that in between all of that your concentration's good. At this level, you'd like to think that the players have heard this all before. I can't imagine it actually being a distraction for anybody.
And he's off the mark, not convincingly. I tell you what would distract them is there was absolutely none at all. It was dead quiet. Might try that for a ball or two. Now that would be a real challenge for Mackay Ntini, wouldn't it? So much depends on this man, Virender Sehwag. Has not delivered for India on this tour at all.
What is it about his game that you feel is not working for him right now?
I think it's more a mental thing, Daryl. I really do. I think he's convinced himself in his own mind that the bounce of South Africa is undoing. But he does like to dominate. He's one of those players that if he hits a couple of fours, then the next ball's got to go. And he tends to just get so excited and overexcited that the shot selection goes out the window. It's got to go, no matter where it is. And that's counted against him on this tour, for sure. Well, that come off a little bit of the pad. We'll have to wait. It's going to be a couple. Wasim Jaffa wasn't convinced about the second run and had to hurry. Sowag was. Now, what's the umpire doing? They're giving it his runs. I'm not convinced it hit the bat, but what did he give it as?
Well, that look of Sewag's to Jaffa as if to say, well, did he give it as runs? Looking at the scoreboard, there's nothing against Sewag's name now.
No, bars 2, so that's what it was. Oops, in the air and just squeezed off, not going in the direction that he intended. There is a third man there. Interesting first over, far for no wicket. Certainly not convincing Sowag, but he's off the mark, so he's off a pair. That'll in some way be some relief. There has been a pair in this test match. Poor old Herschel Gibbs.
Opening the bowling attacks for South Africa.
It's gone on the ground. Nell winning the battle at the moment, this over.
So just camping on the back foot a bit. He was a bit slow coming forward. Shot was probably on, although it's quite an expansive shot early on in the innings against the new ball. Outside edge, very nearly carried to Herschel Gibbs in the gully.
Oh, it's in the air and it's gone through the gap. 1, 2, 3, gap. Gully.
Excellent piece of bowling by Mackay Ntini. He came wider, but was still able just to hold the ball up on the seam. Sewag was playing towards mid-on, got an outside edge through the gap. A little bit of luck for Sewag. Good delivery though.
Caught slip. Well-deserved wicket. Found the gap the ball before. This time straight to Smith, who made no mistake.
Excellent piece of bowling again. Just in that corridor of uncertainty. Sewag playing defensively, getting the outside edge. Comfortable catch for Graham Smith at first slip. South Africa on the way.
Oh, another one hasn't carried. That's two on the trot.
Both good deliveries. Healthy outside edge as well. Roll, drive it, just... he had to play at those. It's a very good line, very good length. Bit of a scrambled seam, but extra bounce. And that's the key. That's been the undoing of a number of the Indian batsmen throughout the summer. Dravid is a very good player. His team needs a long innings from him. Good delivery. Pace, bounce, aggression.
Very lucky that went straight down. Could have gone anywhere.
Good shot. It's a loosener from Nail asking to be hit. And Jaffer very quickly onto it.
That's a shocker after tee for Andre Nell. Halfway down. Set up. Said hit me. So Wasim Jaffer obliged.
Oh, that's beautifully timed. I think Ashwell Prince got a hand to it, but the ball went through so quickly to the boundary.
Again, giving just a little bit of a hint of width. Such a good shot from Wasim Jaffer, and he's shown his intent, and that's good to see. He's been out of form. The temptation when you're out of form is to absolutely do nothing, just block every ball. But he's decided if it's out there, and that's one of his strong points, is square of the wicket on the offside, he's going to go after it. And the good thing about it is he went hard.
More runs on the onside. Chase for Pollock. He just pulled inside the boundary. This is a good start for Jaffer after tee. Plays that well. Very risky player. He's got it. Beautifully bowled, the right length. Second wicket here for Ntini. And the Indian captain departs. He pushed him back, then one up. That takes the outside edge.
Yes, beautifully. He's got him out. He's actually got Rahul Dravid out, as opposed to Rahul Dravid getting himself out. He's always a difficult customer to get out, but you've got to produce a very good ball. And that's exactly what Makhaya Ntini did. Wide on the crease, and it went away, and Dravid's gone. 34 for 2. That's close. Very close. Up goes the finger. Ntini strikes straight away. That's a huge wicket. He took a long time to the umpire. He was wide on the crease. That must have been in the back of his mind, but Tendulkar's got to go. He's out for 0.
Trouble for India now. Good delivery. Tendulkar trapped on the crease. Only decision, I guess, was whether it was going to go over the stumps or not, but replay shows it would have hit the bails. So big wicket for South Africa, 38 for 3.
Lovely shot. Beautiful shot.
Top shot. It's very strong off his pads.
Yeah, you saw the first one swing away, Sean Pollock, and so often you just get the radar out and you think, well, if I can get that on middle and do that to go away again. But invariably this happens. It just slides onto the pads, and a good player like Jaffa is going to put it away. Oh, that's straight up in the air. Who's got that? It's got to be out. It is. Poor shot selection. Very poor shot selections for the second time in the match. Jaffa goes in the 20s. What a start for South Africa.
Particularly in the situation that India find themselves in. Not a good shot. The Indian camp won't be happy with this. He was never in control of the pull shot. Bounced higher than he thought it would. It was onto him quicker as well, and it was wide. Andre Nell calling for the ball, and he's got a safe pair of hands.
Yeah, he's gone for 28. In big trouble, India. 45 for 4.
Fourth slip, Daryl Cullinan.
It's so difficult to get it from around the wicket at an angle to bring that leg gully into play. I've got to say, it's easy if you're bowling over the wicket. Just the way that he plays it.
Up in the air. One bounce 4.
Good bouncer from Ntini. Ganguly never in control of the shot. Now looks over to the umpire, perhaps suggesting that it's dark. Asad Raf, I can tell you, is, and there he is. Is he calling for the light meter?
No, he was, I think, Daryl, both umpires are asking Nelly, was it 4 or 6? And Nell didn't know they were asking him. There, it lands inside the rope.
Bowled him, and it's gone a little bit lower. Perplexed as VVS Laxman, but that's a big wicket. He was a little unlucky. It scooted along. It didn't get up nearly as much. Victory in sight.
Big wicket, this. It really is. He's gone back, and that has, well, it's taken the top of off. Just clipped the bail. VVS Laxman thought it stayed low. It didn't really stay that low. It's just skidded on. It's gone for 15.
Andrew Hall's going to replace Morné Morkel in this attack. Morkel bowled 3 overs for 7 in that last spell, but didn't really make the batsman play enough. Now, what field have we got for Alan or Kumble? We got 1, 2 slips, then a gap, and the 4th slip, and a gully, square cover, short extra cover, forward short leg, and a sort of short mid-on, shortish mid-on. Bowled. That's out. Wonderful delivery, first up from Hall. Kumble nowhere to go. And a good catch from Amla.
Tell you what, that was a beauty. It was right on the money, and you know how difficult that is to do when you haven't bowled for quite some time, as Andrew Hall hasn't, to get it exactly in the right place, just about head high. And a nice, easy, comfortable catch to Hashim Amla. That's a plan coming together. That's why he's so delighted. Andrew Hall strikes. Kumble's gone. He did score 11. 101 for 7.
There we go again. That's hit something. Just gets over Smith's head. We'll have to watch the umpire, though. Was it worth getting excited about? Whether it's a glove or a forearm or what, it was worth getting excited about. No other signal from the umpire.
Yeah, it's got the glove, and again a very quick bouncer. They tend to see Andrew Hall bang it in and think they can ride the pace, and he gets that little bit of extra pace, and it's on them before they realise it.
You picked it. You called it, Daryl. After concentrating so hard, he's played a loose shot. He knows it. 5 minutes before tea. He attempts an ambitious, expansive shot off the back foot. Fine catch by Boucher. And that's the wicket South Africa wanted. 8 down now, India for 160.
Great catch by Mark Boucher. That was going quickly. The bowling change working superbly for Graham Smith.
They've got a lot of thinking to do. That's gone through, and it's going to go for 4. End of the over. 166 for 8.
Half a bat on it, played it down. Caught slip. Nell's got number 9. South Africa have gone ballistic.
He's really worked for that wicket, Andre Nell. I'm just saying that it's actually getting a bit brighter too. Short ball. He squared him up. The outside edge found. Andrew Hall holds on. Fantastic. Just 1 wicket away now. You can see how much it means to them. Resistance have gone.
And a good delivery. It's taken the glove. Srishant isn't happy. South Africa have drawn level. Have a look at Graham Smith. They cock a hoop and they deserve this win. They've been aggressive, they've been patient today, and they've been rewarded. They bowled India out for 179.
I'm not convinced he hit it, and neither is he. Sri Santh is absolutely livid. He's marching off. His body language says he's not happy at all. He doesn't like losing, and I think if a few of the more of the top order had shown the same sort of resolve, they might have got out of this. He's an aggressive little bloke, but the top order folded. Let's have a look. Did it hit the gloves, or did it hit the shirt on the way through? It doesn't matter. The umpire thinks it was out. That's all that counts.
Well, definite sound. Definite sound. Now he's showing his shirt. We'll get a better idea. Yes, it's taken the shirt. The bat's out of the way. It's taken the shoulder. It doesn't matter. The scorebook will say it's 1-1 in the series. No wonder he's disappointed. He fought hard. He was wrapped on the forearm the over before. But Andrew Hall finishes off this test match for the South Africans. They draw level and go into the new year with new hope.
Nell bowled well, Ntini bowled well, and South Africa have come away with a victory.
Yes, the Indian dressing room will be sitting back. The top order you mentioned, Barry, will be saying we were timid. We didn't show the bottle for a fight. In fact, I thought the tailenders did an excellent job. You look at there, right at the bottom. Forget the top five. Look from Ganguly onwards. In fact, Ganguly was lucky when he was out there. But Dhoni, Kumble, Zahir Khan, Srishant, they all guts it out and they took time. 67 balls, 31 balls, 56 balls. So that tells you a story, and have a look at the top order. So that's where India have their work cut out when they go into Cape Town. They'll be utterly disappointed at folding in so cheaply and tamely. But what it's done is that it's set up the series beautifully. First test to India, second to South Africa. And now it's anyone's guess in Cape Town.
Yeah, what team South Africa will have, and also what sort of conditions they have. They might be tempted to go for a little bit more friendly seamer at a wicket in Cape Town. We'll just have to wait and see. But as you say, all set up. 3 for Nell, 5 for Ntini, 2 for Andrew Hall at the death. And South Africa have come away with a victory. India bowled out for 179. Sri Santh, the last man out. Court Boucher bowled Hall. Sean Pollock again economical, but it was Makhaya Ntini. He was the man in the second innings. The first 5, all to Ntini. Just opened it up for South Africa.
And that's the story of the match. South Africa winning the toss, deciding to bat first, did well to recover from 28 for 3 to make 328, and then bowled out India in the final innings for 171-9. They win by 174 runs.
Fox Sports 3, tonight at 10. Highlights of the day's play from the 5th Test. The Ashes on Fox Sports. How good is it?